Okay. So Heather, what is it specifically that you'd like to work with today?
So just to explain to me again, what do you do exactly? So I think we were talking, I'm just trying to remember what we were talking about before with Laura's call. So that was in regards to the fear, I think, with moving forward.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so what I do is I have various tools to be able to help people to dissolve fears, to dissolve
Yep.
the rules that we have made in our heads, and to change it so that you have the right mindsets so that you can do what you want in the future.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds perfect.
Okay. So what are the specific fears that you have?
Yeah. So that's probably a really good point. And I was trying to think of that when Michael was talking as well, where it was our own like judgment, our self-judgment.
Yeah.
And like I have this fear, this thing in my head thinking, because I grew up in a small country town, and I now live in Adelaide. So I feel like the friend group I'm establishing now is fine and they're supportive. And, you know, I don't think I fear posting things in front of them. That's okay. It's the fear of the old connections, which is really silly because a lot of them I don't even have anything to do with anymore. So it was really good when Michael was saying about the judgment, our own self-judgment, and I know it's all within my head.
Okay.
And it's just trying to refine that, I guess, and trying to pinpoint exactly that fear. And it's, I guess I'm still thinking and processing it. I don't really know what I think they'll be saying. I think it's just that fear and judgment. And I also don't want to be seen or perceived as not, I don't know, not knowing enough. Like, I suppose you want to be seen as an expert in the field and you want, well, what did Laura say? It's one thing to be seen, but it's another to be seen powerful. So I guess you don't want what you're saying to not come across as in like, well, you just don't know what you're talking about. Or I guess I don't want people to think that it's just silly to be on camera. Does that, if that makes sense?
That makes
I
sense.
think because a lot of the people in the country, it's like you either ring somebody, they post photos, but it's like, it's still quite conservative and you're not seeing a lot, I guess, so for you to sort of step up and do videos and be a bit more visual, I feel like that's a massive step to move over.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what the refined judgment is, but that's the summary of it, if that makes sense.
Brilliant. Okay, so you've got a really, really good idea of what it is that it is for you. Okay, so on one side, okay, when you were in that group, you basically made some rules. Yeah, you basically made some rules of how to interact. So and those rules basically kept you safe within that group. You did the same thing as everyone else did. Okay, so according to those rules, what you're doing is not acceptable if you were to be doing that in that group. Okay, and what we can do is we can update the rules we have inside our mind.
Yeah,
so that when you're actually working, you're congruent with the rules that are inside your head. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is we can do a little technique, which is basically updating those rules by inviting a part of us that was there in the past. Okay, so we're using imagination. All the beliefs, everything that we have obviously lives in our brain. Okay, they're all, the stuff that happened in the past, it's gone, but the memory still lives in our brain. And those memories are basically reminding you every so often. They're going, are you sure you want to do this? This is against the rules you told us before. Okay?
Yeah.
So the way to create it is, at the moment, there's the present part of you that's battling and going, no, this is what I want to do. And the past part of you going, hang on, you told me to keep these rules.
Yeah, that conflict battle,
Okay, so the way to be able to change that conflict is to actually talk to that part and show that part of you the rules have now changed.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, it's cool, hey?
Yeah.
What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to imagine, so kind of roughly what age were you when you kind of you made those rules at a guess?
Oh, I think that would have stemmed way back primary school days.
Okay.
I think it's really hard to know, I think, to pinpoint one thing.
That's totally fine.
Because it's like you have these vivid memories of like, do you know, I have one very vivid memory, and it's really funny how you have certain memories you just always hold on to. And I remember I think this is like reception year 1, like I'm going way back.
Yeah.
And I remember that I got picked on for having black shoes and not white shoes.
Sure.
Stupid, right?
The other colour shoes, right?
I know, like it was just stupid. So and this is like, so I guess in my head it's just always this like, you know, well, kids can be nasty. So it's just this fear in my head. And then I think it's just snowballed throughout the rest of schooling, is this judgment of, are they going to judge you on what you're wearing? Are they going to judge you on how you look? You know, am I too overweight? Are they going to judge me on that? If I say something wrong, are they going to judge me on that? So I guess it probably does stem way back to like primary school.
Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's help that part of you, okay? Because what it is there's part of your brain that's still giving you information to help you be safe. And all of us do it, okay? We all go through life, and beliefs are basically the rules that we make on reality. And then we live by those rules. So for instance, you know, at a certain point in your lifetime, you figured out, you know, when you were really, really tiny, which bits were solid and which bits not to walk into. Okay, those are just the rules you made. Okay, and then at a certain point when that person picks on you, then you made a rule inside your head about how to live. Okay, and that rule's still there in your mind, and it keeps reminding you every so often. Okay,
yeah.
So now what everyone does is it's actually so if we wind it back a few thousand years, we were all working together as a team, and you had to be part of the team, otherwise you died. You had to have someone hunting food. You had to have a team of people working together so that you lived together. Okay.
Yeah.
So the stress part of ourselves is basically going, oh, don't be too different, otherwise you get kicked out the group, and you know no one's going to have any vegetables. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just an old part of ourselves that's trying to help. Okay.
Right.
So that's what the stress system is that's why it's activated. So what we can do is we can basically change that by at the moment we can value ourselves by other people's rules, or we can value ourselves by our own set of rules. Okay. Mm-hmm. So if you were to write down what your rules of your behavior are and how that fits in with your group. So obviously, you know, if someone's going to tell you you're wearing the wrong color shoes at this age, then it's going to make it's going to be different now. You're going to go, well, no, I'm just wearing my shoes.
It's like I don't care now.
What's your problem?
Yeah.
When you were little, it was a big problem because your system kicked in and went, oh, I'm different from everyone else. Oh, am I going to get kicked out of the group?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's totally natural. Everyone has it, and all we can do is update it.
Yep.
So according to life so far, there are various things that you value. Okay. Now, one of the things I'm presuming that you value is you don't actually mind what color other people's shoes are.
No.
It doesn't bother you.
No.
Okay. And if someone were to wear a different color shoes, then maybe one of your values would be that you'd actually be polite to them rather than pick on them.
Yeah.
Okay. So if that's one of your inner values, then you're already going to be a nice person, even if whatever someone's going to tell you.
Yeah.
Makes sense? Okay. So if you were to check in, then you actually have your own inner rule book as to what you consider is valuable. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
And if we go by our own rule book about what's valuable, then if someone says, hang on, are you a brunette? Are you sure you can be the speaking person because you're a brunette? Yeah. Then you can check on your rule book and go, yep, that's fine with me. Okay.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it becomes an evaluation process where we can value ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we're not kind of at the whim of everything around us. It's just we are strong inside ourselves. And if someone says, well, I think you should be doing it like this, then you can check into your own values and go, that's actually a useful piece of advice. I'm going to add that to my rule book.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So now
I like the way of thinking like that, yes.
Yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
That way you can, instead of reaching perfection, you can go for excellence.
Yes.
Okay? You can go what's valuable and excellent in your world. Yeah? And then you can keep building on it. So now what we're going to do is I want you to, so so some people are more kind of visual or audio or feeling or just know stuff inside their minds. Okay, so what kind of, how does your mind work? Are you more visual or hearing or feeling or?
Visual.
Visual?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to, is it okay to do a little imagination technique at the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah? Nice.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to, I'll show you what we're going to do first. I'm going to get you to imagine a very nice scene. So it could be like a playground, somewhere that your younger self would have felt really comfortable in. Okay?
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is we're going to connect to those brain patterns through using your imagination. Okay?
Yeah.
Even though I know that young part of you is not there anymore, if you do this through your imagination, you connect to that part and you can update it.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to imagine your rule book. Okay, so I'd imagine your rule book, see what color it is, see what kind of font it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice one. All right, so that's your rule book where you evaluate yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what I want you to do is I want you to imagine a playground or somewhere that you really love being, and whenever you're ready, we're going to invite her to be in that space. And then you can step into that space as well and then introduce yourself. Does that sound like something you'd like to do?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So imagine that playground and invite her to be in this space. Lovely. And introduce yourself and say, I'm Heather from the future.
I'm Heather from the future.
Excellent. Okay. So now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to tell her, and you can do this inside your head if you like. You don't have to say it out loud. You can say it out loud if you like as well. I'd like you to tell her that her shoes are fine. Yeah, let her know that her shoes are totally fine. And I want you to give her the support she needs, whether it's a big hug or whatever she needs.
Yeah.
Okay, and let her know that she's okay.
Yeah.
If she needs to say something and get it off her chest, let her do that too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But now I want you to show her the rule book. And say from now on, we're going to write our rules in here about our values.
Yeah.
How does she feel about that?
Excited.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to show her some of the video stuff you want to do. And say, let her know why you're doing it and what you want to do. How does she feel about that?
I want to say excited again. Big smile. Like, this is, yeah.
Lovely. Okay. Now, what would she like to do now? What she can do is she can join into your heart space and come into you of today's energy. Or she might want to do something different.
I think it would be nice to embrace it and come into the energy and grow.
Lovely. Okay.
Yeah.
So invite her in and see if she'd like to do that.
Yeah. I think that's a good journey path. Yes.
Wonderful. So give her a really big hug, and whenever you're ready, you two can kind of merge into one energy. Nice. Yeah. Okay, and whenever you're ready, you can come out of the playground. So what you've done there is you've actually connected some neural pathways. You've actually, you've actually got a different automatic program that's going on there. Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
Now, actually, what we have is we've got our conscious mind and we've got our subconscious mind. And our subconscious contains all the memories.
Mm.
And we have a specific area of the brain, it has a fancy name called reticular activation system. And basically, this system is like, it's like your inner librarian. It's the bit that goes off and finds all the information. When you think, what is that memory again? It's the bit that runs around, goes through all the memories, and then gives it back to you.
Mm.
So I call it inner self because it's just easy to say.
Inner self. I like that. Yeah.
So what we can do is we can instruct the inner self to update any other of the memories that you've got that relate to this in the right way for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice one. And now that original rule has gone, okay, you'll be able to do it, to have a new set of experiences now. Okay, so let's check it out. So what I want you to do is I want you to imagine that you're going to create another video.
Yeah.
How does that feel now?
I think it feels a little less overwhelming, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
So 1 to 10, what number is the overwhelm now?
Probably still sitting around the maybe 5-ish rather than like, an 8 before. Yeah.
Nice one. Okay, so do you have time for one more technique?
Yes. I think I've just got to head off by about by 12, sorry. I'm probably in different time zones. Yes. No, that's okay.
Yeah? Okay.
Yep.
All right, so as we talked about before, we've got our conscious mind and our subconscious mind. Okay?
Yep.
So our subconscious mind not only looks after the memories, it also looks after your body control as well. Okay, and our stress systems are linked to this body control. Okay, so your stress systems, as you know, if there was a dinosaur and you had to, danger, what do you need to do? You might need to run away, fight, or freeze.
Yeah.
So those systems are there doing those things in your body, getting you ready for that action. Okay.
Yes.
But what we can do is we can actually make a conscious bridge between the conscious brain and the subconscious brain. Okay, so that we can connect to the body and we can turn down the stress systems.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to imagine a volume switch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one of those circular dials that's 0 to one side and 10 to the other.
Yep.
Okay, and I want you to instruct your brain to connect this to your stress systems. Okay. What number does it go up to?
With how I'm feeling stressed now, or?
Yeah, if you think about doing a video, what number does it go up to?
I want to say 6. I've got 6 in my head, but I don't know. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to just test it out. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's linked to the stress systems. So what happens if you turn it up 1 to 8?
Suppose get a little bit more anxious.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's that feel like in your body?
It's sort of like that breathing, that anxiety of like, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens if you turn it back down one point?
Calm.
Nice.
The breathing of, yeah.
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 Keep turning it down to the right level for you.
It's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
How's that feeling?
A lot better.
Awesome. And how does your body feel?
Like relaxed. More, relaxed.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you've got that relaxed feeling. Now think about doing a video. How's that for you now?
I feel clearer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So the last little trick I'm going to show you today is the fact that usually what we're doing is we have an image in our head, or we have we have a specific goal as how we're going to do something. Okay. Okay. So when you think about the goal of doing a video, what comes up for you? If you just think about, oh, you've got to do that video, what is the image or sound or knowing what comes up for you?
I think when I say I need to do a video, the first thing I sort of stress, I guess, about or get anxious about is the content. So it's like, okay, I need to do a video. What are we going to do a video about? What's going to be within the video? What am I going to talk about? And then it's how do I convey that message throughout the video? They're the things that I sort of go through, I guess, in that process. And I guess that sort of stems some of the stress and anxiety of, yeah.
Okay. So when all of us were at school, we were told we had to get it perfect and we couldn't make any mistakes. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to make a perfection dial. Okay.
Yeah.
And ask your inner self to make a dial in your mind with perfection written on it.
Yeah.
And actually ask your brain, what number is it set at?
10.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So try bring it down to a 5. And 5 means you're going to do the best you can, but it may not be perfect first time round. It gives you room to grow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to do the best you can.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you evaluate it, you'll be able to go, this worked, this didn't work. Okay, and then when you do it the next time, it'll be even better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes what people do is they want to do it perfect first time, first go. Okay.
Yeah.
You get 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
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 So know that you can give yourself some time. Okay. So maybe the first video that you do has a really small amount of content.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes what I do when I first start videoing is I don't actually say anything. I just turn the video on, I stare at it, I smile, and then I turn the video back off again because I create the video. Okay.
Yeah.
The next video I do, I add a little bit of content. Okay, so just get really used to making the videos and not necessarily worrying about the content to start off with. Okay, and then make a small video. Okay, make a small video with one message in it that's like a really, really tiny video that you can look back on and go, did that work?
Yeah.
Building on that. And as you keep building on that, you'll find what works for you and what doesn't work for you.
Yes. Yeah.
The last tip is asking yourself questions. Okay, so I know that if I'm trying to think about the content, I'm like, well, what do I want to say to people? I'm not really sure. But if I go, what is the question I want to ask myself? So for instance, what is the best way to be able to dissolve stress? Okay, and your own techniques. Yeah, if you asked yourself that question and then you did a video on it, okay, you can talk for ages on that.
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever your subject is, start with a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you ask yourself that question and say, this is the question we're going to be working on today. Talk about the answer to that. And then you can either do the next question or you can, do it in whatever way you want. But the question is really important because we're good at answering questions.
Yes. No, I like that. That's a good technique. Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah. Excellent. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Nice one. All right then. So how do you feel now about doing a video? Think about the next video you're going to do.
Yeah.
How do you feel now?
I feel better. Like I feel like I've got a much better way of approaching it now.
Fantastic.
Like it's not as scary and as daunting.
Lovely. Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you so much for your time today.
You're very, very welcome. I'm very excited to see what the lovely things you're going to be creating.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll have to work on that question and structure the video. I think that technique is really good. Like I could really work with that.
Nice one.
Yeah.
So, and there are plenty more techniques as well to use. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you. Thank you so much.